have not spent many of my 70 years in the fast lane. But one summer, about 40 years ago, I was speeding in the fast lane. At this time, I had been married for 7 years, and I had a 3-year-old daughter, and we needed to get out of Dodge, or in this case, Williamsville, a little farming community outside Milford, Delaware. I had a job that I was totally unprepared for. I had not had enough experience to teach in this migrant school. I couldn't handle the discipline problems, and I was basically near collapse all the time. And when I rode to school, there were these cows like peacefully grazing in the fields, and I envied them. I wished so much that I could just switch places with them and graze in that field. And one morning, the farmer across the street, his cow got loose, and he was right in front of my door when I went out to go to school. And I just went in, and I called in sick. I thought maybe God had sent this representative and that I was really going to get to join the herd. And I needed some time to think it over. My marriage was rocky. I had lowered my expectations, trying to save this marriage. And my husband was a really big hunter, and it seemed like there was always something in season. Sometimes he would bring home these little dove with like buckshot or something in them and tell me I had to cook them. I didn't eat them. And he would get home at like 11 p.m. Now, we lived in Delaware. That's not a big state, and I should have been suspicious because he only had a hunting license in Delaware. But what can I tell you? It was my first marriage. I still trusted men. And it wasn't until a girlfriend of mine said, "Diane, I think he might be hunting D-E-A-R, not D-E-E-R." And then she gave me a few details. And when I confronted him, he was like, "Duh. How long did it take you to catch on to that?" "Yes, I'm in love with your girlfriend," not the one that told me about the deer. And he wanted to end our marriage immediately. And that's when I entered the fast lane. I told him to get his shit out of there. And my daughter and I left. And I told her that we were gone on a little adventure. And that when we got there, she really wanted this merry-go-round for her little people. And I told her I'd get her the one that played music. It was so easy back then. So anyway, told him to get his shit out. I told the school that I wasn't coming back. I put our house up for sale. Of course, I had to get his okay for that. The girl that he ran off, fell in love with, her husband thought it would be nice if we hooked up. I said, no. Then I got rid of all our possessions except for the things that really, really mattered. And not one single wedding present really, really mattered. And then I rented an apartment in Dover, sight unseen, cheap. And then I told my family, and then I gave my little dog away. So I won't give you the details about calling in some favors to load up the U-Haul, but I will tell you that when we got it loaded up, I know how to drive a stick, but I was really having some trouble getting it in gear. And back then, there weren't seat belts, and my daughter was riding shotgun up there. And we jerked out of the parking lot, and she looked really bug-eyed. So I started singing, "When you're happy and you know it, jump up and down. When you're happy and you know it, jump up and down." So anyway, we started, and I just got up speed, and she had her head out the window, and she said, "Mommy, we're really going fast. This is fun." And at that point, I knew that we were going to be okay. I wish I could say we never had to look back, but that husband had forged my name to some loan papers that I was halfway responsible for. I had to get a job fast, and I got another bad one. I hardly had enough money to pay for childcare, and we had bad childcare. But you know what? We made it. And not only that, but we knew that if we ever had to get in that fast lane again, we'd be okay.